Introduction. Sometimes women communicate their interest in subtle, almost silent ways, signs that many men miss completely. She might never come out and say she wants you, but her body language, tone, and behavior often speak volumes. In this video, we're breaking down the 10 psychological signs that reveal a woman's hidden attraction, the signals she sends when she wants you but won't admit it directly. If you've ever found yourself confused by mixed messages or uncertain whether she's just being nice or actually into you, these insights will give you clarity. Once you learn to read these signs, you'll gain a powerful advantage in understanding female psychology and attraction. Let's dive in. 1. She finds reasons to be around you. When a woman consistently finds reasons to be around you, it's rarely just coincidence. It's often a subtle but powerful sign of attraction. She may not say it directly, but her actions speak volumes. This could show up in the smallest ways. She chooses to sit next to you when there are other open seats. She volunteers to work with you on a project, or she simply appears in the same places you frequent. These coincidences are often carefully calculated chances to spend more time with you without making her intentions obvious. Psychology shows that proximity increases emotional connection. The more time someone spends near you, the more their feelings tend to grow. This behavior is rooted in a mix of interest, curiosity, and emotional safety. She wants to feel connected to you without risking direct rejection. This also means she values your presence and enjoys your energy. Whether it's showing up where you are, starting small conversations, or asking for help she doesn't necessarily need, she's trying to create opportunities for more interaction. For men, it's important to be observant of these cues. Many miss them, assuming it's just friendliness, but a woman who repeatedly chooses your company is rarely doing so without thought. Don't overlook these signals. Instead, engage with her more meaningfully. Mirror her effort by being present, attentive, and open. While she may never say directly, "I want to be with you," her consistent presence is a quiet declaration of interest. Learning to recognize and appreciate this can help you build a stronger connection and respond with emotional intelligence, confidence, and intention. 2. Her eye contact lingers. Eye contact is one of the most powerful nonverbal forms of communication, especially when it comes to attraction. When a woman's eye contact lingers beyond what is socially expected, it often signals a deeper level of interest or emotional connection. This lingering gaze isn't accidental. It's intentional, subtle, and psychologically revealing. Unlike a quick glance or polite look, prolonged eye contact can create a sense of intimacy without saying a single word. It's her way of silently expressing curiosity, admiration, or attraction. In many cases, she may hold your gaze slightly longer than necessary, even if she's shy, as a way to invite your attention and observe your reaction. If she pairs this with a slight smile, raised eyebrows, or dilated pupils, the cues become even clearer. For men, it's important not to overlook this signal or misinterpret it as mere friendliness. Lingering eye contact often bypasses logic and speaks directly to our emotional instincts. It stirs something deeper. However, context matters. In a professional or high-stakes setting, people may maintain eye contact to assert confidence. But if you're in a more casual or social environment, and she locks eyes with you from across the room, holds your gaze in conversation, or steals glances when she thinks you're not looking, those are subtle psychological hints of interest. Learning to recognize this behavior and mirror it with calm, confident eye contact of your own can build rapport quickly. Ultimately, when her eye contact lingers, she's giving you permission to engage. It's a quiet signal that says, "I see you, and I want you to see me too." A wise man doesn't ignore it. He reads between the lines and responds with presence, not pressure. 3. She touches you casually. When a woman touches you casually, it's often more than just a simple gesture. It's a subtle but powerful signal of comfort, familiarity, and growing attraction. Touch is one of the most ancient and instinctual forms of communication, and when used in a casual, seemingly effortless way, it can speak volumes without a single word being spoken. A light brush on your arm, a playful nudge, or a touch on your shoulder while laughing are all ways she might be trying to bridge the gap between platonic and romantic interest. These small touches are often testing boundaries in a non-threatening manner, allowing her to gauge your response and emotional receptivity. It's important not to overanalyze every touch, but if you notice a pattern, repeated moments where she initiates contact, it could indicate that she feels safe and attracted to you. Unlike more direct gestures, casual touch is often wrapped in plausible deniability, which means she can express interest without putting herself in a vulnerable position. Your role here is to remain calm, present, and observant. If you're interested as well, returning light, respectful touches in a natural and confident way can reinforce a mutual connection. However, context matters. Some people are naturally more tactile due to personality or cultural background. So look for other accompanying signs like eye contact, laughter, or lingering presence. Casual touch becomes meaningful when paired with emotional cues. When she touches you casually and consistently, it's often her way of saying, "I want to be closer to you," without the pressure of direct words. Recognizing and responding to this subtle communication with emotional intelligence can deepen your connection and create a more authentic bond built on mutual trust and attraction. 4. She mirrors your body language. One of the most subtle yet powerful signs of attraction is mirroring. When a woman subconsciously mirrors your body language, it often indicates that she feels a connection with you, emotionally, psychologically, or even romantically. This behavior isn't usually deliberate. It's a natural response driven by her subconscious mind trying to build rapport and sync energies with you. If you lean in slightly and she does the same, if you cross your arms and moments later she mirrors the same pose, these are not coincidences. It's a sign of alignment. Mirroring is rooted in the human brain's natural wiring for empathy and social bonding. People tend to copy the behaviors, posture, gestures, and even vocal tone of those they feel connected to or want to impress. In romantic dynamics, this mirroring is even more telling. It often reveals mutual interest, comfort, and trust. When a woman mirrors your gestures, she's signaling a desire to connect on your level and create emotional symmetry. However, it's important to read this sign in context. A single moment of similar posture could be accidental, but consistent mirroring over time, especially in emotionally charged or intimate conversations, is far more meaningful. It's a green flag that she's not just hearing you, but feeling you. For men, noticing this behavior is crucial because it provides a quiet, respectful signal that she is receptive. It encourages you to continue the interaction while maintaining authenticity and confidence. To apply this, stay observant. Don't force or overanalyze her movements, but take note when she aligns with your energy. This can guide your next steps, perhaps deepening the conversation, increasing subtle touch, or simply recognizing that mutual chemistry is present. When she mirrors your body language, she's already speaking a silent yes. 5. She asks personal questions. When a woman starts asking personal questions, it's often a clear psychological signal that she's genuinely interested in getting to know you on a deeper level. This behavior reveals curiosity, emotional investment, and a desire for connection beyond surface-level conversation. These questions might seem subtle at first, such as asking about your childhood, your goals, your relationships with family, or your values, but they carry significant meaning. Women who are emotionally or romantically interested will often shift from general small talk to personal inquiries as a way to assess your compatibility, trustworthiness, and depth. It's not just about gathering facts, it's about understanding your inner world. This type of engagement shows that she values who you are beyond appearances and status, which is an important sign of genuine connection. However, it's also important to distinguish between polite curiosity and consistent, emotionally driven questioning. If she frequently follows up, remembers details, and tries to relate your answers to her own experiences, she is likely forming an emotional bond. This behavior can be a powerful indicator of attraction, especially when paired with other signs like active listening, soft body language, and focused eye contact. For men, the key is to respond with openness, vulnerability, and attentiveness. This is an opportunity to build trust and emotional intimacy, which are foundational for meaningful relationships. Avoid deflecting or giving superficial answers. Instead, view her questions as a door opening into a more authentic connection. In today's fast-paced and often distracted world, someone who takes time to ask about your inner life is someone who likely sees value in it. So when she asks personal questions, pay attention. It might be her unspoken way of saying, I want to know you, not just see you. 6. She remembers the little things. When a woman remembers the little things about you, your favorite snack, how you like your coffee, the story about your childhood pet, or even a random fact you shared weeks ago, it's not just a cute habit, it's a deep psychological signal of emotional investment. These small acts of remembrance reveal attention, care, and often unspoken affection. While many people might nod along in a conversation, only someone who is truly present and connected will retain and act on those small details. For men, this can be a powerful lesson in recognizing subtle but meaningful signs of genuine interest. In relationships, it's often the grand gestures that get the spotlight, but it's the small, consistent signs like this that build emotional intimacy and long-term connection. Women tend to value emotional cues more than overt declarations, so when she brings up something you mentioned in passing or surprises you with something thoughtful, it's not just coincidence. It's her way of showing she's listening, and more importantly, that she cares. This also teaches men to reciprocate by paying attention to what matters to her. When both partners value the small things, it cultivates a relationship rooted in mindfulness and appreciation. These details create shared meaning and trust, helping to weather bigger challenges later on. Ultimately, her ability to remember the little things is more than just a memory skill. It's a form of emotional intelligence. It says, I see you, I value you, I'm invested. For men who often miss these clues, learning to appreciate them can elevate their understanding of connection and help them build deeper, more meaningful bonds with the women in their lives. 7. She gets jealous but won't admit it. One of the most revealing yet unspoken signs of hidden affection is when a woman becomes subtly jealous, even though she'll never openly admit it. Jealousy in this context isn't the toxic, possessive type. It's a quiet, almost involuntary emotional reaction that surfaces when she sees you give your attention to other women. This can show up in small but telling ways: a sudden shift in her mood, sarcasm laced into her words, or subtle attempts to redirect your focus back to her. She might act indifferent or pretend not to care, but her body language tells a different story. Crossed arms, shorter responses, or even overcompensating with friendliness towards someone else to mask her irritation. What's important here is to understand that this kind of jealousy is often a protective instinct triggered by emotional investment. If she didn't care at all, your interactions with other women wouldn't faze her. Her jealousy then becomes a window into deeper, unspoken feelings she might not be ready to confront or confess. For many women, especially those who value their pride or fear rejection, admitting jealousy feels vulnerable, so they hide it behind logic, humor, or indifference. As a man, being observant without calling her out can show emotional intelligence. You don't need to provoke or test her. Instead, create a space where she feels emotionally safe to express how she truly feels. Recognizing her silent jealousy without judgment can deepen your connection, helping her feel seen and understood. This subtle emotional awareness often builds trust, and trust is the foundation of any genuine bond. So the next time you notice this unspoken tension, don't ignore it. Instead, read between the lines. It might be her heart speaking louder than her words ever will.